That Islamophobia is not a real thing. That if you're critical of something...
Well, it's not a real thing when we do it.
It's gross. It's racist.
It's not.
Or how about the more than 1 billion people who aren't fanatical, who don't punish women, who just want to go to the store,
wait a second.
sandwiches,
Wait a second.
5 times a day, and don't do any of the things that you're saying all Muslims
Wait a second.
Wait.
stereotyping. What is your solution? What is your ask?
No,
Just condemn Islam?
the solution. The solution is very much what
we've killed more Muslims than they've killed us by an awful lot. We've invaded more Muslims.
I am not for more killing.
An awful lot. And yet somehow we're exempted from these things because they're not really a reflection of what we believe in. We did it by accident. That's why we invaded Iraq.
Not built to be famous. I don't like it, you can keep it. I really have not gotten any benefit from it other than, you know, I've gotten out of some speeding tickets and some restaurant reservations, and I don't wait in line at Disneyland. Now, fame has segued into this sort of, you know, desire to see behind the curtain, and we want to see behind the curtain, behind the curtain, behind the curtain. And the truth is, behind the curtain is more boring, and behind the curtain is more boring. The real people are not that interesting. They're just really not. You know, they're just real people. And so celebrity itself, the attention in and of itself is not valuable to me personally at all. I'm shy. I don't want to tell people things. I've been criticized so often in my life and mischaracterized and misquoted and characterized in a way that makes me feel uncomfortable. And maybe sometimes it was fair and I just didn't want to accept it. And sometimes it wasn't fair. And the truth is, even when they write something good, I just think like, oh, I don't want to talk about this. You know, like I might even love being here. So what I'd like to be able to do is my job and not have to do that celebrity part.
Islamophobia is not a real thing. That if you're critical of something...
Well, it's not a real thing when we do it.
It's gross. It's racist.
It's not.
Or how about the more than 1 billion people who aren't fanatical, who don't punish women, who just want to go to the store,
wait a second.
sandwiches,
Wait a second.
5 times a day, and don't do any of the things that you're saying all Muslims...
Wait a second.
Stereotyping. What is your solution? What is your ask? Just condemn Islam?
The solution is very much what
we've killed more Muslims than they've killed us by an awful lot. We've invaded more Muslims.
I am not for more killing.
An awful lot. And yet somehow we're exempted from these things because they're not really a reflection of what we believe in. We did it by accident. That's why we invaded Iraq.
That's Jen and Ben affectionately kissing in Ben's driveway.
I don't look at it. I had to really get serious with myself and say, this is not healthy. Looking back on that, I really feel the stress of it. I could cry talking about it.
Showed those babies and Leah still, and I just watched it. I can't even take it.
How did that change your life?
It changes it in such an instant. It's startling.
By now, everybody already knows that Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are officially dating again. Their family and friends are happy and very supportive of their rekindled romance. But Ben Affleck's former wife of 10 years, Jennifer Garner, has had little to say until recently.
Things are about to get really different for her.
Isn't that weird?
So what did Garner say about J-Lo and Ben getting back together? I'm going to tell you all about it in this video. Ben and Garner met back in the summer of 2000 while filming the movie Pearl Harbor. During this time, Garner was already married to actor Scott Foley. The two met again in 2002 where they worked together in Daredevil. At this time, Ben Affleck was also in a relationship with Jennifer Lopez. Affleck later revealed that it was the set of Daredevil where he and Garner fell in love. In an interview with Playboy, he said, "We met on Pearl Harbor, which people hate, but we fell in love on Daredevil. By the way, she won most of the fights in the movie, which was a pretty good predictor of what would happen down the road. My wife holding swords and beating the living out of me." In January 2003, Affleck and Garner made an appearance on Dinner for Five. Although Garner was still married to Foley and Affleck was engaged to Lopez, some viewers noticed a hint of a spark between the two actors. One writer for The Vulture said that, at one moment during the episode, Garner gives Affleck such a genuine look of gratitude and affection, it still makes me a bit uncomfortable to see it on television. In March of that same year, Garner and Foley split. Foley told TV Guide that nobody else was involved. He said, "Jennifer became a huge celebrity. She became a huge star, and she deserved everything she got. There was no other relationship, there was no infidelity, nothing. People get divorced, you know?" Shortly after the separation announcement, Garner filed for divorce and made the split official. Garner later talked about the divorce to Allure in a 2013 interview and said, "We didn't have a shot. He's a really good guy, and we just imploded." Ben Affleck's relationship with J-Lo did not last that long either. Almost a year later, MTV reported that Affleck and Lopez broke up. Years later, in an interview with Vanity Fair, Lopez said, "I was eviscerated. I lost my sense of self. Questioned if I belonged in this business. Thought maybe I did suck at everything." There was a lot of speculation as to whether Affleck broke up with J-Lo to be with Garner, but this was all confirmed in the fall of 2004 when Affleck and Garner were photographed together as a couple at the World Series games. The two then kept their relationship private for months until Affleck proposed to Garner on her 33rd birthday on April 17, 2005. Affleck and Garner then had a 4-person wedding ceremony on June 29, 2005. Victor Garber, Garner's Alias co-star, officiated the wedding, and he and his husband were the only guests there. "It was an incredible honor and one of the most special events in my life," Victor later told Entertainment Weekly, adding that, "I will never forget it. It's embedded in my heart." The couple welcomed their first daughter, Violet, in December 2005. In early January of 2009, Garner gave birth to the couple's second daughter, Serafina Rose, and in February 2012, they welcomed their son, Samuel. Everything was going great for the couple until June 27, 2015, when Ben was reported to have left a vacation with Garner and taken the family's new nanny, Christine Ozunian, to Las Vegas. Then, in July, the magazine reported that multiple sources confirmed that Affleck had been dating 28-year-old Ozunian. Affleck's rep, however, admittedly denied the reports. "The story is complete garbage and full of lies," a rep for Affleck said of Us Weekly's report that Affleck and Ozunian struck up a relationship after Affleck and Garner were separated, but before they announced their divorce. "It's shameful. We are considering legal options." However, days after the report about the nanny surgery,
how hard has that been to get sober? I mean, to stay sober. How difficult is it on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being like it's ridiculously hard.
At the beginning, it's very, very hard. It's 10. Okay? You start off because you're in the habit of doing this. Whatever it is, compulsive behavior. It's like if you limit to alcohol or alcohol and drugs, it's a sort of certain segment of society. If you look at the people that overeat, eat their fucking feelings, and end up just as unhealthy, it's a lot more. If you look at people who shop and gamble or have sex or relationships or use the fucking phone, we're very programmed to seek out rewards and get compulsive about it, gamble, whatever. Nonetheless, it's fucking hard because you've taught yourself this is the only way to ease my pain. I'm in pain, this is the only way to make it better. I used to go to meetings and hear all these like old timers say, "I'm a grateful alcoholic and the obsession left me a long time ago." And I would get so angry, I'd be like, "Fuck you, you're not grateful. What are you grateful for? You fucked your life up, you're grateful, congratulations. Boy, I want some of that too. The obsession left you, what the fuck are you doing here? You don't want to drink? You're not an alcoholic, get the fuck out of here. I'm dealing with problems. I want to have a drink, how about that?" And I resented that for a long time. I went through a series of, I got sober, I was sober for a year and a half. I wanted to be sober, I committed to it. And the problem with that fight is like, you can win 1,000 times, you only have to give in once. And you're never gonna win all the time.
Right.
So something fundamental has to change. And I hate to say it, but the cure for addiction, the only cure I've seen, the cure for addiction is suffering. You suffer enough, that something inside you goes, "I'm done." But I'm lucky because I hit that point before I lost really the things that were the most important. It was not my career or money, it was my relationship with my kids. And when I felt as if it impacted them, I recognized it. It was the worst day of my life. I made amends. And for a while, I thought maybe this is temporary. Maybe this feeling's gonna go away. But since that day, I swear to Christ, I have not ever wanted to drink once. Ever.
Wow.
So it's the easiest thing in the world. Because every time I think about it, I'm just like, holy shit, that's the worst idea in the world. I don't want that. I can't do that. And that's the piece that people find. So now I'm that asshole who's like, I'm grateful. I learned a lot. I actually got to be a better person through this process, and I've lost the obsession.
Hey, watch this and then watch it again after you're done watching my video. Jennifer Lopez just scolded Ben Affleck, reprimanded him. When I'm done, go watch the beginning of this again. I think she basically told him to sit up straight like a mother does to a child. And we clearly know who wears the pants in that relationship.
Affleck asleep like this, like so peaceful, so happy, annoyed me. And I could not tell you why. Like, I could not tell you why. And I kept thinking about it and thinking about it. And it's because this is how soundly all my exes slept after we got into a malicious, vicious fight. Names were called, and they turn around, they go, and I'm just there. Look at this. What did you say to Jennifer? Huh? Am I making things up in my mind? Yes.
God bless Ben Affleck. Just watch this video as J-Lo gets out of the car and then Ben appears. Ooh. I feel that. That is me every day getting up and realizing I'm still alive and need money to survive. He is I and I am him, and I have never said that about a man from Boston in my life.